I'm back with another chapter of class 10th. Okay, the name of the chapter is A Letter to God. So, before starting the chapter explanation, I would like to tell you one interesting thing. Faith is like Wi Fi, it's invisible, but it has the power to connect you to what you need. I would like to repeat it. Faith is like Wi Fi. It's invisible, but it has the power to connect you to what you need. Okay, so let me give a brief introduction of what is there in A Letter to God. Okay, the story A Letter to God by G.L. Fuentes revolves around the idea of having an unquestionable belief in something. See, we human beings have faith on something or something. I may have faith on myself. I may have faith on my parents. I may have faith on my best friend, the suggestions of my best friend. Okay. So this story, it is set in a Latin American country. Okay. Lencho, the farmer who is the main character of this story, he writes a letter to God. Have you ever thought of writing a letter to God? Have you ever written a letter to God? No. But this person, Lencho, he is writing a letter to God and he seeks a help from the Almighty after discovering his entire crop yield destroyed by a devastating hailstorm. Although his wishes get fulfilled partially, his wishes are not fulfilled completely. Okay. He is ungrateful in the end and questions the honesty and modesty of the postmasters who actually helped him with the money. Okay, in the name of God. So let's discuss line wise. I hope you understood what is the background of the chapter. It's actually very interesting chapter. So let's delve into the chapter without delaying. The house, the only one in the entire valley, set on the crest of a low hill. From this height, one could see the river and the field of ripe corn dotted with the flowers that always promised a good harvest. The only thing the earth needed was a downpour, or at least a shower. Throughout the morning, Lencho, who knew his fields intimately, had done nothing else but see the sky towards the northeast. Crest means top of a hill. Okay. Dotted means it was full of. Downpour means heavy rain and intimately means very closely. So these were the difficult word meanings. So let me explain you this. Lencho, a farmer, he was living on the only house that was there on the top of a hill. The hill was low heighted. From there, a river and a ready to harvest cornfield were visible. The field belonged to Lencho and he had the utmost confidence that the harvest would reap great profits. The only thing he was waiting for was a rainfall. If rain falls, then there was no doubt that his harvesting was going to give him great results. In this hope, he spent an entire morning. He was just gazing at the sky in the northeast direction, from where a drizzle was expected to shower on this field. Okay, let's continue. Now, we were really going to get some water. The woman who was preparing supper, replied, "Yes, God willing." The older boys were working in the field, while the smaller ones were playing near the house until the woman called to them all, "Come for dinner." It was during the meal that, just as Lencho had predicted, big drops of rain began to fall. In the northeast, huge mountains of clouds could be seen approaching. The air was fresh and sweet. The man went out for no other reason than to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. And when he returned, he exclaimed, "These aren't raindrops falling from the sky. They are new coins. The big drops are 10-cent pieces and the little ones are fives." So exclaimed here means cry out suddenly in surprise with strong emotion. It may be happiness or it may be pain, but when you are expressing your sudden surprise emotion, you can use the word exclaimed. Okay, so let me explain this. The man, while looking at the sky, confidently tells his wife that they are going to have a rain shower that day. Then the lady replies by saying, "It happens as they hope and expect." Their children were working at the field, and the younger ones, the elder children, they were working at the field, and the younger children, they were playing near the house when Lencho's wife calls everyone for dinner. Okay, so it is during that time drops of rain begin to fall, hereby proving the farmer's prediction to be true. The wind was pleasant and clouds could be seen approaching from the northeast sky. Lencho goes out of the house to take pleasure in feeling the droplets on his body. He refers to the drizzle as coins. He tells that these drizzlings, these drops of water, these drops of rain, those are not actually raindrops. Those are coins for me. Large droplets, they are equivalent to 10 cents, and the smaller droplets, they are equivalent to 5 cents. He said so because these raindrops would ensure a good crop which would eventually get them a lot of money, and they will be eventually very rich, and there will be no problem for them for the entire year. With a satisfied expression, he regarded the field of ripe corn with its flowers draped in a curtain of rain, but suddenly a strong wind began to blow, and along with the rain, very large hailstones began to fall. These truly did resemble new silver coins. The boys, exposing themselves to the rain, ran out to collect the frozen pearls. So here draped means covered. Okay, adorn or wrapped. Hailstones means a pellet of hail. Resemble means having a similar appearance. Exposing means to be visible by uncovering something or to reveal. Expose means to reveal. Okay. So explanation of this paragraph is, on seeing everything going as they had expected, Lencho reflected upon the field. He saw the field, he stared at his field, and the flowers which were covered with droplets, which seemed just if they were wrapped in a curtain. Unexpectedly, something very, drastic happened there. Strong wind started blowing, and it led to a hailstorm. The writer refers to these pellets of frozen rain as new silver coin. Then see, he was actually referring the droplets with coins. Now he told that these frozen ice pellets like silver coins. We know that the frozen pellets looks completely white in color, so as the silver coins look alike. That's why he satirically compares the frozen pellets with the silver coins. The innocent boys became playful, as all of us do. All of us enjoy the ice pellets, which we call hailstones. They also enjoyed the hailstones, and they went out in the rain to play, and they started collecting those hailstones, which looked like frozen pearls, or they were also looking like, they can be compared with the silver coins. "It's really getting bad now," exclaimed the man. "I hope it passes quickly." It did not pass quickly. For an hour, the hail rained on the house, the garden, the hillside, the cornfield, on the whole valley. The field was white as if covered with salt. The farmer now started worrying and hopes that the storm gets over quickly, which to his utmost disappointment did not. The hailstones covered the entire valley, including the house, garden, hillside, and also his entire cornfield. It made everything look so white that it seemed as if it was covered in salt. Okay, everything looked like as if it was covered with salt. So let's continue. Not a leaf remained on the trees. The corn was totally destroyed. The flowers were gone from the plants. Lencho's soul was filled with sadness. When the storm had passed, he stood in the middle of the field and said to his sons, "A plague of locusts would have left more than this. The hail has left nothing. This year we will have no corn." That night was a sorrowful one. All our work for nothing. There is no one who can help us. We will all go hungry this year. So here one word plague, as we know that plague is a destructively multiplication of a harmful animal, or we may call it infestation. Locusts are a kind of insects which fly in big groups and they come to destroy the crops. Okay, so let me explain you this paragraph. Lencho became very disappointed, okay, as everything went against the plan. He was thinking that if there will be a downpour, he will be getting a good result from his harvesting. But no, it brought the hailstones and gradually it took the form of hailstorm. The trees had shed their leaves, corns were smashed, and the flowers had also fallen from their plants. While standing in the withered fields, he expressed his sorrow to his sons by commenting that the effect of the storm proved to be worse than that of crop destroying insects. If the locusts would have come there and there would have a locust attack, there would have been some leaves or some harvesting would have remained there. But the situation then was worse than that of crop destroying insects. All their hard work had gone in vain. He felt helpless. He was feeling speechless as no corn had been left, and he feared that they might have to starve this time. He feared that maybe the entire year they are going to go hungry. Here are some questions for you. What did Lencho hope for? Why did Lencho say the raindrops were like new coins? How did the rain change? What happened to Lencho's fields? What were Lencho's feelings when the hail stopped? So, this is what the explanation of the first part of this chapter. Your task is to write down the answers of these 4 questions. Okay?